Welcome to today's Explainer. I've got to say, I am absolutely pumped about what we're digging into today because we are tracking a technological evolution that is just moving at breakneck speed. We're talking about the rapid, almost unbelievable rise of agentic AI. We're going to trace its fascinating journey, starting from these massive enterprise platforms and HR software, all the way down into our living rooms, our cars, and even our most deeply personal daily habits. If you think you already know what an AI assistant is based on the last few years, well, get ready to have that definition completely rewritten. Let's kick things off with a staggering figure that should hook you right away. According to recent data from McKinsey, by the year 2025, over 68% of professionals were already relying on AI agents. And we're not talking about asking an AI to set a pizza timer or check if it's going to rain. People rely on these agents to actively predict their needs and automate really complex daily routines, often without even being prompted. That is just a massive adoption rate for a technology that, let's be honest, barely existed in this form a few short years ago. To actually understand why this adoption is happening so fast, we have to look at a fundamental shift in how the tech works. Dr. Andrew Ng literally hit the nail on the head here when he said we are moving away from the command-response era. Think back to those clunky, memoryless voice assistants of the past, right? The ones where you had to speak with perfect robot-like articulation and explicitly tell them what to do every single time. Today, we're entering the observe, adapt, act era. This is anticipatory AI. It watches your context, learns your behavior, and acts on your behalf before you even realize you needed the help. Okay, let's dive into this. We've mapped our macro to micro journey today across 5 clear sections. 1, the rise of agentic AI. 2, your personal digital teammate. 3, the voice commerce boom. 4, demographics and adoption barriers. And finally, 5, the privacy and ethics cost. All right, starting right off with section 1, the rise of agentic AI, enterprise and beyond. We're seeing a really stark contrast in the evolution of AI right now. That old command-response model, it's completely reactive. It has zero memory of what you asked it yesterday, and honestly, it's just friction-heavy. Now compare that to the new agentic model, observe, adapt, act. It is anticipatory, it actually has persistent memory across all your different devices, and is designed to be completely frictionless. We're talking about moving from a simple tool, like a glorified calculator, to an actual entity capable of complex cognitive offloading. And businesses? Yeah, they are definitely noticing. Deloitte data reveals that nearly 3 out of 4 companies are planning to implement agentic AI within just 2 years. A massive area of growth right now is actually human resources. Conversational HR voice agents are being deployed to screen and meet candidates literally wherever they happen to be. Imagine a candidate driving in their car, taking a break on a busy factory floor, or even applying for a job way past midnight. An intelligent AI agent is right there, ready to conduct a seamless, context-aware screening interview. It's wild. Moving right along to section 2, your personal digital teammate and the whole concept of cognitive offload. So what happens when we shift this from the workplace to the individual? These agents start acting as silent, constantly adapting teammates in our daily lives. Look at these fascinating real-world examples. Microsoft Copilot Plus isn't just checking your spelling anymore. It's remembering your writing style, tracking your meeting habits, and it even remembers your preferred coffee order to help schedule your breaks. Then you've got Google Astra, which uses your device's camera to literally process your environment. It can actually look around and remind you that you left your passport on the kitchen counter before you run out the door for the airport. And startups like Relevance AI, they are deploying digital twins that simulate your specific decision-making patterns just to negotiate calendar conflicts with other people's AI agents. It is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the psychological payoff. A recent study from Stanford's Human-Centered AI Lab showed that after just 30 days of using one of these habit-learning AI agents, users reported a massive 41% reduction in decision fatigue. Because the AI is taking over those endless micro-decisions, like what to reply to an email or exactly when to schedule a quick call, users are experiencing significantly lower stress. They're basically reclaiming their cognitive bandwidth for actual deep work. Which brings us nicely to section 3, the voice commerce boom, or the reality of hands-free shopping. To really understand the sheer scale of this shift, just look at this projection, $40 billion. That is the projected annual sales volume for voice-activated e-commerce by the year 2025. I mean, that number completely validates that the market is undergoing a massive paradigm shift. We are moving away from text-based, screen-tapping searches and diving headfirst into conversational, totally hands-free shopping. So data from the International Journal for Multidisciplinary Research breaks down exactly how we are spending all that money. It turns out 82% of users love using AI for routine tasks, things like reordering household groceries where the cognitive effort is super low. But here's the real game changer for marketers out there. Conversational apps. When an AI agent asks you a casual conversational question like, hey, need a cozy sweater for the weekend? Instead of delivering some formal static banner ad, it drives a massive 40% bump in engagement. And this brilliantly illustrates the catch to making all of this work. It has to be frictionless, especially at checkout. Notice how Apple Pay leads the pack in user satisfaction here? Why is that? Well, because when you are shopping out loud with your voice, the absolute last thing you want to do is pull out a physical credit card and read 16 numbers out loud to the room. Seamless one-click payment integration is absolutely crucial for user satisfaction in this new ecosystem. Next up, Section 4, Demographics and Adoption Barriers. Let's talk about the generational divide. When we actually examine how different groups react to handing over their habits to an AI, a very stark generational divide emerges. Younger users, ages 18 to 34, they prioritized speed and convenience above pretty much all else. They're driven by personalized deals, and they exhibit a really high trust in AI recommendations. But flip that over to older adults, ages 35 and up, and they have a very different perspective. They heavily prioritize privacy, they're easily deterred by even minor technical usability issues, and they show much lower overall adoption rates. Basically, where Gen Z sees a fast, helpful teammate, older demographics often see a glaring privacy risk. Furthermore, digging into these demographic insights reveals some really important nuances in how different groups value design. For example, a whopping 85% of female users highly prioritize user-friendly interfaces, demanding platforms that are simplified and genuinely intuitive. This emphasizes a really crucial takeaway for anyone developing these tools. Widespread technology acceptance relies heavily on inclusive, completely frictionless design. If it intimidates the user, they aren't going to use it. Oh, and it's not just everyday consumers facing barriers, it's businesses too. Small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, are actively struggling to keep up with these conversational AI trends. They're facing intense budget constraints, a real lack of technical resources to actually build these conversational tools, and because of that, they consistently score lower on implementing those crucial seamless payment integrations compared to the massive retail giants. And finally, that leads us into Section 5, the privacy and ethics cost, and what it means to surrender our data. So the crucial point is this. The more your AI learns to help you, the more of your deeply intimate behavioral data it controls. I mean, to eliminate your decision fatigue, the AI literally has to know your routines, your weaknesses, and your specific preferences. This massive, constant data collection is sparking urgent ethical debates around algorithmic transparency. And as we've already seen, it's having a direct negative impact on adoption among older demographics who simply aren't willing to surrender that level of personal data. But here's the thing, the technology isn't slowing down to wait for the ethical debate to settle. Just look at these 5 incredible trends predicted by 2030. Number 1, memory without permission. Agents inferring your habits from passive observation, like just analyzing your typing speed. Number 2, cross-platform continuity, where the AI seamlessly moves from your phone to your car without missing a beat. Number 3, emotional calibration, where AI actually detects your current mood via your tone of voice. Number 4, autonomous delegation, where your agent negotiates with other agents without you. And number 5, digital twin licensing, where companies legally simulate how you specifically would respond to an ad. Honestly, by 2030, refusing to use an AI agent might feel exactly like refusing to use electricity today. It's just going to be completely impractical. Which leaves us with this final, somewhat provocative thought. The question isn't really if you will adopt agentic AI, it's how much of yourself you are willing to let it learn. So I want to directly challenge you right now. What is one habit you genuinely trust an AI agent to manage for you today, and why? Where exactly is your personal line drawn between absolute convenience and your own privacy? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer on agentic AI. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving right into a massive shift happening in the business world. successfully bringing an AI voice agent onto your team. Look, if you're tuned in, you already know voice AI isn't just a novelty anymore. It's a huge strategic asset. But getting it right, well, that takes a lot more than just flipping a switch. So let's just address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Will robots take my job? It's literally the first thing triggering automation anxiety in offices across the globe. As leaders, if we ignore this fear, I guarantee even your most brilliant technical rollout is going to hit a brick wall of human resistance. And we've absolutely got to figure this out because the stakes are staggering. We're talking $164 billion. That's how much in annual transactions voice assistants are expected to handle by 2025. Doing this right isn't just a fun little side project anymore. It is a strategic imperative. Because trust me, if you aren't optimizing for this, your competitors definitely are. So how do we actually pull this off? Well, in this blueprint, we're treating this tech just like a new hire. Here's our agenda. 1. The voice AI revolution. 2. Inside the tech architecture. 3. Rules for strategic deployment. 4. Navigating ethics and trust. And finally, number 5, managing the human element. All right, jumping straight into section 1, the voice AI revolution. Let's set a quick baseline on what modern voice AI actually is today and why it's absolutely dominating business comms. We all know the pure agony of those old legacy press 1 for this, press 2 for that phone menus. They're rigid, they're frustrating, and honestly, they just feel super robotic. But today's natural voice AI, it's a completely different ballgame. It understands actual hands-free, natural conversation. It picks up on complex human intent, thick accents, and real context. It's basically the difference between trapping a customer in a maze versus just having a normal chat. And the impact on the business side is just undeniable. When you plug this natural dialogue directly into your CRM, the operational wins are massive. Get this, we're seeing a 39% drop in average handling time, alongside a 44% jump in customer satisfaction. Plus, sales pros are getting back roughly 2 hours every single day because the AI is flawlessly completing 95% of CRM fields automatically. It's essentially a top-tier admin assistant that literally never sleeps. Okay, moving on to section 2, inside the tech architecture. Let's peek under the hood and see how this digital brain actually processes a natural conversation so incredibly fast. It all boils down to a lightning-fast 4-step stack. First, it listens. That's your automatic speech recognition. Second, it understands intent using natural language processing. Third, it decides what to do next through dialogue management and logic rules. And finally, it speaks back using a lifelike text-to-speech synthesis. For this to feel like a real human interaction, this whole loop has to happen in milliseconds. And I can't stress this enough. Speed is absolutely critical here. Any awkward delay and the illusion is instantly broken. Looking at recent research on low-latency architectures, if you optimize the text-to-speech layer specifically by dropping the audio processing down to 16 iterations, the system's first response latency plummets to a near-instant 640.9 milliseconds. Sure, you trade off a tiny fraction of audio quality, but the conversational speed you gain is a total game changer. But here's the catch. All that blazing speed is completely useless if the AI can't actually do anything for the caller. That's why integration is completely non-negotiable. Hooking this conversational brain directly into your CRM, scheduling apps, and back-end platforms is the secret sauce. That's what transforms a fancy chatbot into an actual functional teammate. Which brings us to section 3, rules for strategic deployment. We've got the tech, right? So what are the actual rules of the road for bringing this digital employee on board without totally breaking our current operations? Well, the smartest companies out there, they definitely don't try to boil the ocean on day one. They start with narrow, high-volume, low-complexity stuff. Think checking order statuses or basic call routing. Then, you measure absolutely everything. We're talking CSAT, resolution rates, handle times. You A/B test rapidly to iterate. And crucially, you have to build rock-solid fallback plans for those angry or complex edge cases. The AI has to know exactly when it's time to tap a human on the shoulder. And that perfectly sets up the core philosophy here. The goal of this deployment is almost never to outright replace your human workers. Instead, it's about automating the routine, mind-numbing tasks so your human team can focus 100% of their energy on empathy-driven problem solving. Let the AI handle the data so the human can handle the relationship. Let's shift gears to Section 4, Navigating Ethics and Trust. As we start handing over more responsibility to this digital teammate, putting strict ethical guardrails in place is absolutely vital. Because, let's face it, trust is incredibly hard to earn, but it takes just seconds to lose. Researchers actually point out a really profound danger here. One expert looking into virtual collaboration put it perfectly, saying, "I don't think we should build more technical barriers between people. If we just carelessly throw AI at every problem, it can foster real social isolation. You end up alienating customers who desperately just want a human voice, and you sideline your own employees." So how do we fix that? Complete transparency. You absolutely must disclose when someone is talking to an AI system. It's as simple as an intro saying, "Hey, you're speaking with our AI assistant today, but I can connect you to an agent anytime." That simple phrase works wonders for setting clear expectations and keeping that foundation of trust intact. And then, of course, we have to talk about data privacy. These voice agents are collecting incredibly sensitive biometric data. I mean, literally the unique sound of a person's voice. Your setup has to be bulletproof when it comes to global privacy frameworks like GDPR and HIPAA. You need role-based access controls. And most importantly, you have to guarantee users the right to have their data fully forgotten and wiped upon request. Finally, Section 5, Managing the Human Element. Let's tackle what is easily the most overlooked piece of the AI puzzle, organizational change management. Look, intelligent automation will fall flat on its face if your team resists it. Organizations are just massive, complex webs of people. If you aren't managing the human side of this transition just as fiercely as the tech side, you're in trouble. If your stakeholders aren't bought in, that ROI you're chasing, it's never going to materialize. To cure that automation anxiety we touched on earlier, leadership really needs to frame this change properly. You have to answer everyone's favorite question, what's in it for me? You need to prove to your team that this AI is here to supercharge their capabilities and take away the tedious grunt work, not to threaten their livelihoods. The ultimate dream here is building a vibrant hybrid workplace where human staff and virtual assistants are literally working hand in hand. The AI takes on the massive data crunching, while the humans bring the nuance, the creativity, and the personal connection. That kind of synergy, it turns your entire organization into a continuous innovation powerhouse. But sustaining this takes real work. You need active, visible executive sponsorship. You need to create a safe environment where employees can learn to use these tools without worrying about making mistakes. You actually have to reward risk-taking and adoption if you want these new behaviors to stick and deliver long-term value. As we've unpacked in this explainer, when you carefully combine a robust technical architecture with strong ethical guardrails and a human-centric approach to change, you unlock unbelievable business potential. The future of business is absolutely conversational. The tech is here. It's ready, it's blazing fast, and it can plug right into your existing systems today. But the final and undoubtedly most important question you have to ask yourself is this: is your team truly ready to welcome their new digital teammate? Take a minute to think about that as you plan your next move. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a genuinely fascinating blueprint for the future of business operations from MyAgents Plus. We're going to explore a platform that is custom-built to completely transform how your front office runs, AI Voice Plus. You know how crazy fast AI is moving right now, right? Well, this documentation gives us an incredibly compelling look at exactly where things are headed. I'm absolutely thrilled to guide you through this, so let's just jump right in.
So what if one platform could literally replace 9 of your front office tools and save you thousands? If you run a business, you already know the absolute headache of modern operational bloat. You've got one app for messaging, another one for booking, a CRM, some clunky separate phone system. It basically means juggling 9 different passwords just to get through a Tuesday. It's a tangled, expensive mess. The material we're looking at today challenges that exact problem head-on by pitching a single, unified framework.
And that brings us straight to the numbers. $700 to $2,000. According to the source, that's how much this unified system aims to save organizations every single month just by consolidating their tech stack into one AI voice OS. We're not talking about spare change here. That is a massive, real-world impact on your bottom line right out of the gate.
Okay, let's dive into exactly how they pull those numbers off. It's by eliminating 7 to 9 separate legacy apps. We are talking about completely replacing your 24/7 call answering, your appointment booking, lead qualification, SMS follow-ups, and even your CRM. It even handles client portals and something they call process intelligence. By wrapping the whole shebang into one platform, the goal is just to kill that software bloat entirely.
Section 1. Meet AI Voice Plus, the all-in-one AI voice agents platform. Now, under the hood, the documentation points out that this platform boasts over 350 features in total. But the real kicker here? More than 55 of those are totally unique to this specific ecosystem. They've essentially built an entire operating system loaded with advanced capabilities. It doesn't just mimic what's already out there, it brings a ton of net new functionality right to the table.
Now, you might be thinking, is this just for massive Silicon Valley tech companies? And the answer is a resounding no. The docs explicitly list law firms, real estate teams, med spas, dentists, auto repair shops, and HVAC companies. Basically, the underlying message is that literally any organization can use this system to completely level up their voice AI game. It's bringing enterprise-grade automation right down to the local businesses that actually need it the most.
Section 2. Powering your operations. Let's look under the hood of Agent 1.
Let's walk through how this creates a totally seamless automated client journey. First, a call comes in and an AI answers it 24/7. No holds, no voicemails. Second, the AI uses natural language to actually qualify that lead right then and there. Third, it goes ahead and books an appointment or a video chat. And finally, it instantly handles the integrated SMS follow-ups. The whole system is built to capture and monetize every single interaction without a human receptionist ever having to pick up a phone. And this brilliantly illustrates the technical architecture behind it all. The documentation draws a really sharp contrast between their system, which they call Agent 1, and alternatives like Agent 0 or OpenClaw. They point out that those other guys often rely on your local machine or this kind of clunky local cloud mix. But AI Voice Plus, their Agent 1 workspaces are 100% isolated in the cloud, highly secure, and crucially, they have zero vendor lock-in.
But hey, even with all this crazy automation, the system doesn't just run wild. The docs emphasize what they call a human-in-the-loop design. They actually state that keeping humans in the loop is what makes the whole thing perfect. And when you combine that human oversight with the ability to operate in over 37 languages and use more than 18 different AI voices, well, you get an automation framework that feels incredibly human, super precise, and totally global.
Section 3. Uncompromising security and compliance. Battle-tested digital sovereignty.
If you're an IT decision maker, this part is absolutely crucial. The platform takes an incredibly aggressive stance on compliance. Let's methodically break down this massive list of certifications. You've got HIPAA for protecting sensitive healthcare data, SOC 2 Type 2 for secure cloud management, and PCI DSS for safely handling financial operations. On top of all that, they guarantee GDPR, the EU AI Act, and ADA compliance. It's basically an ironclad guarantee that this software is completely secure and production ready.
Here's another massive point. They use a 100% isolated vector database. Think of it like your AI's memory being locked away in a private vault. Plus, there is zero third-party telemetry. None. Your data stays yours. The source material actually points out some of the high-profile data loss blunders we've seen from competitors recently to hammer this exact point home. By sticking to what they call the safest LLM telemetry, they guarantee your private info isn't being fed back into public models.
Privacy is really about choice, trust, and giving customers autonomy over how their data is managed. That quote from Patrick Harding perfectly underlines their whole philosophy. The documentation talks a lot about taking back control and achieving digital sovereignty. Through something they call Domain Shield Plus security, they enforce this idea of perimeterless trust. It's super clear that data autonomy isn't just an afterthought for them. It's a core pillar of what they do. And, their compliance isn't just about digital data. It's physical and ethical, too. The documentation explicitly calls the platform humanity compliant, literally stating no to war and no to genocide. On top of that, it's green compliant. It runs entirely on green AI data centers with a huge focus on carbon removal. It's really refreshing to see an infrastructure that prioritizes responsible AI and climate impact right alongside its technical specs.
Section 4. Real business impact. Slashing overhead and cutting TCO. So the crucial point is, how does this actually affect your bottom line? Well, let's look at a real-world testimonial. One satisfied customer reported saving a whopping $29,000 a year. They said they were just tired of paying for features they didn't need and dealing with clunky user interfaces. This right here perfectly bridges the gap. It takes all that theoretical trust and secure architecture we just talked about and translates it into massive, highly practical financial returns for your business.
So, let's quickly summarize these compelling business drivers. One absolute game changer is their 2-year price lock-in. In a software market that's constantly fluctuating, that kind of predictability is huge. Throw in enterprise-grade single sign-on, a 100% no-code, zero-bloat environment, a rock-solid support SLA, and an affiliate program that pays up to 40%, it's a really comprehensive package designed to give you an immediate edge. As we look out at the horizon, the documentation includes this pretty visionary quote from Jeff Bezos. AI agents will become our digital assistants, helping us navigate the complexities of the modern world. And My Agents Plus is clearly aligning itself right with that trajectory. Moving toward an AI-driven front office isn't just some passing trend. It's basically the inevitable evolution of how businesses operate, and AI Voice Plus wants to be the vehicle that gets you there.
The technology is absolutely here, and as we've seen, it is incredibly robust. So it really all boils down to one final provocative question. When will you take back control and deploy your own AI Voice Agents OS? We've seen exactly how it can slash your costs, lock down your data, and completely automate your workflow. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.